Usually, we give the Sunday school students on the last day of Sunday school a small gift. Today, they're going to be giving us a gift. Each one has chosen a saint. And they're going to be telling us in a very, very brief, maybe in 1 minute, something about the life of that saint.
Saint Hermesime was a young woman who fled Armenia because of persecution by the Roman Emperor Diocletian, who, according to the legend, was in love with the beautiful Virgin. Being a devoted follower of Christ, Hermesime refused to marry the pagan Armenian King Dertat III, who was also an admirer of her beauty. Hermesime chose the death of a martyr. Although in some ways I disagree with her decisions, I respect her greatly. She died because of her love for God, something very few would do today.
Saint Sarkis the warrior. Saint Sarkis was a Greek warrior who was a general in the Roman army. While in Emperor Constantine's army, he went from town to town knocking down pagans' idols, preaching the Gospels and building churches. When Constantine died, pagans took over again and Sarkis prayed for help. Jesus appeared to him and told him to go to a different country, which turned out to be Armenia. He and his son, Leonidas, were welcomed by King Darius. Eventually, the Roman army approached Armenia. Sarkis fled to Persia and became a general in the Persian army. He helped the Persian army defeat the Roman army, but he started to convert the Persian soldiers to Christianity and baptized them. The king didn't like it, so the king called him to Persia and tried to make him pray to a Persian god. But he refused and spit in the king's face. They killed his son and threw him in jail and eventually killed him. But he stayed true to his religion till the end.
Saint Shushan the martyr. Saint Shushan was the daughter of Saint Vartan, the general of the Armenian army. Saint Shushan married Prince Varskin of Georgia. When Prince Varskin wanted Saint Shushan to give up her Christian faith, she refused even though he beat and tortured her. Until her final moments, she praised God for giving her the strength to endure the torturous beatings. I admire Saint Shushan because she had the bravery to stay Christian and believe in God.
Saint Narcissus the Graceful. Saint Narcissus is best known for his prayers, hymns, and poems praising God. At 10 years old, his father died. Saint Narcissus' nickname was Snohali, or Grace-filled, because of the pure life he led. Narcissus believed the Greek church and the Armenian church could join, but his plan failed. He was the Catholicos of Armenia from 1166 to 1173.
Saint Simon was one of the 12 apostles, and he was also referred to as Simon the Canaanian, which was started by Matthew and Mark calling him by that name. They called him this mainly to distinguish him from Simon Peter or Saint Peter. Saint Simon preached in various places in the Middle East and suffered martyrdom by being sawed in two. He was the least known apostle of all the apostles. Saint Simon was called Simon the Zealot for his rigid belief in Jewish and in Canaanite law. In the list of apostles, all three synoptics mentioned a Simon together with James and Jude.
Saint Sangchuk started as a princess in Armenia when they didn't believe in Christianity. And Bartholomew came to Armenia telling them about Christianity and she wanted to learn more about it. So she dressed as a townsperson and went into the town and found Bartholomew and had him tell her about Christianity. And she liked it more than the religion that they had before, which was like in many gods, believing in many gods. So she decided to be Christian, and her father, the king, he didn't like that she liked Christianity because he didn't like it. So he tried to convince her to not believe in Christianity, but she still practiced. Saint Samchuk still was a Christian. So he told her either to decide between besides not being a Christian and believing in many gods or to die, and she chose to die, and she was the first martyr of the Armenian Church.
Saint Vartan was a leader of the Armenian army in 45 AD. Saint Vartan led the army in the Battle of Arvar. The reason the war started was because the Persians wanted the Armenians to follow the Persians' religion. The Armenians wanted to stay Christian. They went to battle. Saint Vartan was killed in the battle, and after that the Armenians lost their will to fight. They lost the battle, but they won the war. Still today, Armenia is a Christian country.
Saint Nestor of Maastricht wanted to find better ways to help the Armenian people learn about their faith. He had a vision in which he saw the Armenian alphabet. He went to the Catholicos at the time, Saint Sahai. Together, they developed the alphabet in the year 404. They translated the Bible and other important religious writings with the help of the group of priests called the Holy Translators. They worked hard and spent many years translating the writings. Together, they made it possible for the Armenian Church to grow and survive till today. That is something that we should all be thankful for.
St. Gregory the Illuminator was born in 257 AD. He converted Armenia from paganism to Christianity, making Armenia the first country to have Christianity as its official religion. He was also the first official head of the Armenian Apostolic Church. He remained the head of the church from 302 AD to 325 AD. In 303, he founded the Cathedral of Ashkenazi, which is now the head of the Armenian Church. Then, in 331, he died. After his death, his corpse was moved to the village of Bodanum, and then a very famous church in Chicago was named after him. Before he became one of the people most responsible for making Armenia the first Christian nation, St. Gregory the Illuminator started life as an enemy of Armenia. St. Gregory's father, whose name was Enoch, was charged with killing Khosrow the first, the king of Armenia. Enoch succeeded, but he and his wife were killed. St. Gregory escaped with the help of his nannies, Sophia and Yetta. He was then raised by the Christian Holy Father Firmilianus and brought up as a devout Christian.
When St. Gregory became an adult, he married and had 2 sons. Then St. Gregory and his wife separated and dedicated themselves to serving God. Then St. Gregory learned what his father had done to King Khosrow. So he concealed his identity and went to work for King Durtad II, who was a heathen. When King Durtad learned that Gregory was a Christian, he wanted to convert him to his religion by force and torture him. But Gregory did not renounce his faith. Then King Durtad learned that St. Gregory was the son of the men who killed his father. Then he imprisoned him in a deep poisonous pit that no one has ever survived. But St. Gregory survived. He was brought food by lots of angels and King Durtad's older daughter.
After 12 years, some say 14 years in the pit, St. Gregory was released to try to help King Durtad, who had become ill and was unable to rule the country. St. Gregory succeeded, and King Durtad became such a devout Christian that he declared Armenia the first Christian nation in 301 AD.
Proud of each and every one of you. You all have done a fantastic job. You should be proud of yourselves, but more importantly, you should be inspired. You should be inspired by those saints, those saintly people.